What's up, Anand?
What's going on?
Dee's out.
Dee's out.
To all
How
the
was your
Dee
weekend?
fans, you're gonna have to go without him this episode. How was my weekend? It was good. It was filled with golf and fitness.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just really living the Hollywood lifestyle, the LA lifestyle. I'm like an influencer.
Did some hot yoga.
I golf, I do hot yoga, I box. I might as well be Jake Paul.
Might as well.
Yeah. How about you?
So I was in Vegas Friday for the day or the night.
Ooh.
And got invited to a tour of the Boring Company, which is Elon's tunnel.
Freaking traitor.
I know he turned on Trump.
Oh, so now he's acceptable? Is he acceptable with the libs?
Let's see what Tesla's next.
I wonder if everyone's going to start taking those dumbass stickers off their cars, those anti-Elon Tesla stickers.
So
tell me
Boring
about
Company. Yeah, it's like this remote place in Vegas, like 10, 15 minutes from the Strip. And it's fascinating what he's building. So
he's amazing.
Currently, you can go from Resorts World, I think the Venetian, the Wynn, and a few other hotels. And right now, it's to the convention center. That's what they are focused on, right? There's a convention every week in Vegas, whether it's concrete, HVAC, clothing, gaming, whatever. There's something every week. And the fascinating thing is how cheap it is. So it's $4 for a ride.
So you go ride in a Tesla? You don't drive
in a Tesla. Yeah, someone's driving you.
I see.
And it's $4 to go from Resorts World to the convention center, which would be a $30 taxi ride.
Right.
And
he's a great guy,
It's phenomenal what he was building or what he is building. And apparently
that's also like the third side hustle. Like that's so low on the list.
Yeah, it's definitely the third.
Yeah.
And apparently Dubai is the next. I don't think I'm breaking any confidentiality. I didn't sign anything.
Nice.
And they want to do 50 cities in the next 10 years. Nashville, Houston. They said LA. This is the fucked up part. They said California, we're not dealing with the regulation.
Yeah, that's us. Well, can you tell me in Vegas, what's the functional use of it? Like, how would you actually use it?
So if you are staying at one of the, call it 6 hotels, and you want to go to the convention center,
right?
You just take an escalator down and boom, get in a Tesla and go.
Because I forget how far or how long does it take to, forget the cost, but how long would it take to go down to the lobby of your hotel, call an Uber and get a ride to the convention center? 20 minutes?
Depending on traffic, maybe 20, 30 minutes versus like 3.
Right. Okay. So it is it's actually usable.
Yeah, we got to do the whole loop. They call it the Vegas loop.
Yeah.
And I asked if it's reducing traffic, and they said it's reducing Uber and Lyft rides significantly.
Right. That's pretty cool.
And they're going to do the airport to the hotels. That's the next iteration.
That's huge. That's really huge.
Yeah, just take an escalator and get to your hotel in 4 minutes.
What's your opinion of Elon?
I think he's the greatest entrepreneur in history.
But you just think he's kind of
I just don't believe in all the things he says. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Bill Gates was brilliant, but he was also on the Epstein Island.
Yeah, that's true. You can't ever be too sure these days. Or was he? We can't get a fucking list.
We can't get a list.
Jesus.
So then I went to Summer League, and NBA Summer League happens for 2 weeks in July. And we were at the Wynn Encore. It was the land of the giants.
Yeah.
I was a foot shorter than every single person walking around.
Right. Can you, Summer League is what? It's all the new draft picks and all the younger players just doing kind of little games and.
they're trying to make a team. It's a first round pick. It's a bunch of guys that are trying to make a training camp.
Oh, I see. So it's guys who didn't get picked?
A lot of guys, most of the guys didn't get picked.
Oh, God.
Because, right, there's only 30 guys that get drafted in the first round, 30 in the second, and then you have 10 teams with 10, 12 players.
Right. Got it. And it was fun? Is it fun for just a...
Do you know why it's fun?
Yeah.
All these guys are super talented, and I knew maybe like 2 of the guys on the game that I went to.
Right.
But they try so hard because they're trying to make a team.
Yeah. So you see like high level basketball still.
Yeah, and the effort is insane. People are just flying for balls, blocking,
right,
crashing on the ground, and everyone from the NBA is there this weekend.
Right,
and
right.
So like I saw Kyrie, LaMelo Ball just walking around the hotel.
Like, why is LeBron there? Like, is it just to like catch the vibe and be a part of?
Well, Bronny's playing.
Oh, got it.
But they all go. Everyone goes.
Right. Okay.
It's just a thing to do. And they all come for the first weekend. You could just walk around the Wynn and see every famous NBA player.
Right.
You know what's interesting that I noticed? All the like kind of tier 1 NBA guys, every single person has a camera guy.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, at this point, they should all be streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kyrie, no joke, I think his entourage was 30 people.
Really? He might have been streaming. He started streaming, you know?
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, he started streaming. Did he have a camera guy?
He had a whole crew, like a production crew.
Yeah, he might have been streaming.
And then, look, all those guys are famous. But I don't know if you saw the clips of LeBron walking through the Wynn. I didn't see that. I wasn't there for that.
I saw it, yeah.
It was insanity.
Yeah.
He like basically shut down the hotel.
Yeah. He's just on another level.
There was a good meme, the LeBron haters, but when you see him, everyone wants to take a picture.
For sure. Absolutely. That's for sure. And then you saw Nas?
And then Nas did jam-packed day. Then Nas was at the Wynn Theater with the Las Vegas Philharmonic doing like an orchestra set.
That's dope.
And he did his full album, Illmatic. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And then after the Illmatic part was done, he did like his rap shit. He's like, all right, I'm going to go to the other decades. And then he had Green Lantern as DJ playing. It was phenomenal.
That's
like,
cool.
It's pretty amazing he's been able to be this relevant for this long, but his live show is just flawless.
Right. Especially the orchestra stuff. I've never seen it in person, but it's just such a cool thing.
It is cool. I saw it in Nashville and I saw it at the Disney Concert Hall.
Did he do Hollywood Bowl? He does Hollywood Bowl, right?
He does, but I don't think I've seen an orchestra with them. It was like Lauryn Hill and
I saw that. Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Right. Well, that was all one day in Vegas?
One day.
Wow. That's a big
Packed day.
Okay, that's great. Okay, what about this? Whenever there's big golf things, or boxing, you ask me about it, or UFC. The thing that I saw all over my TikTok, but I have no idea what's going on, is Wimbledon.
Yep.
Can you give me a rundown?
Yeah, so this is the new rivalry. It's Jannik Sinner, who's the number 1 player in the world, and Carlos Alcaraz, who's the number 2 player in the world. They met in the finals of Wimbledon, and they're 22 and 23.
That's crazy.
And I saw a stat since 2002, there've only been 4 players in a Grand Slam final. Novak, Federer, Nadal, and Andy Murray.
Yeah.
And so this is the new wave. And it's a cultural event. I don't know if you saw, like every celebrity is there.
Yeah, I saw it all over my TikTok. And, I watched one video And so I just got blasted, but I didn't know who Sinner was. I just assumed Alcaraz won because that's the name I know. I didn't really know what was going on, but yeah, I mean, it is. I wish I was more into tennis. It's a cool vibe.
It's funny how all the A-listers will fly to London for this. So like McConaughey, Leo, Rami Malek.
I feel like you have to.
It's literally everyone.
Yeah. I think it's just something you got to be at if you're like in that scene.
Because you put a suit on.
Right. And you're probably meeting with fucking, Louis Vuitton about your potential campaign coming up. Like it's got to be. Because it was just Fashion Week, right? In Paris?
I think last week. Right.
So you're just like Fashion Week. You might hit a boat up for a couple days, go to Wimbledon.
No, it's Cannes Line to Wimbledon. That was the jaunt.
Yeah. It's just part of the summer Europe.
I was, because obviously these are the two best players in the world, and they're probably going to be in every Grand Slam for the next 15 years, likely. Yeah. And so Wimbledon is a members club. So all the members have their tickets. So it's really hard to get a ticket unless you're super famous, or they said the cheapest ticket to get in on the secondary market was $20,000.
Damn. It's such a crazy thing that I just don't understand.
Well, it's also because the supply's not there, right? It's not like most of the tickets are taken by the members and celebrities.
Right. What a cool thing. You've never been to Wimbledon, have you?
No, I've never been. I want to go.
Yeah, I wish I even knew. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? They show these crazy rallies. Obviously, I see like that they're, diving for the ball and stuff like that. And I get it, but like, I just don't understand it. It's so.
The tennis level is so insane. Novak Djokovic, they said on the broadcast I was watching that Novak said these two guys are better than everyone by far. It's like not close.
So it is just going to be those two names for a long time.
As long as they stay healthy, yes, for sure.
That's cool. Okay. Exciting. You want to get into some business news? Well, a little bit of everything news.
Yeah.
First thing, there are now, so I want to tee this up. Like, ChatGPT kind of hit, the app and really took over however long ago that was now, a year, 2 years. How long has it been?
Yeah, probably 2 years.
Which is crazy. And what's really interesting is it has these crazy like applications, obviously, right? Like you can run full contracts through it and all sorts of financials and anything under the sun. But also, like I've noticed even from people that I know, like people are just asking it every question under the sun. Like they're asking anything from like something you would Google all the way to like advice. And then, higher level, like I said, like financial or analysis or stuff like that. But now what's starting to happen, I guess it's been around long enough now that they're starting to get some results and do some studies about like what it does to the human brain, essentially. And turns out, in this weird way, you have all of, you have super intelligence in your pocket, but in another way, it's making the heavy users dumber.
Yeah, because you don't have to think
at all.
There was a tweet I saw. Someone posted, this is the prompt I initiated on ChatGPT, and I'm assuming it's the paid version.
Yeah.
And it was like 12 economic markers and said, give me 5 companies that I can option trade based on these economic markers.
Right.
And he's like, it was every single one that they spit out was a plus money trade.
Damn. Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. Let me give you the other side of that. I know people that are literally like, it has become their best friend. Like they're asking it advice on like what to do, like in their dating life, or this happened with one of my friends. How should I react?
Oh, wow. Like that.
Yes.
Like if you have a conflict with the friend or girlfriend
I'll
or
give you
whatever.
An example. I'm having a conflict with my girl. Let's say it's a girl. Having a conflict with my girlfriend. This is what happened. I feel a little intimidated by confrontation. What should I say? And it'll spit out like, well, understandable. You should start by saying, hey, I know this is uncomfortable, but whatever. And then they'll like repeat what it told them.
That's crazy.
Or like, hey, guy I've been dating, ghosted me, but seems really nice, but, and like, here's dating advice. I've heard a lot of that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How does that affect your game?
Oh man, I don't fucking know. I feel like I'm just outgunned at all times. I don't know. What do you do? It's like the same way. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to be an options trader just go raw with no ChatGPT? Why would you? I don't know. I guess I should start ChatGPTing what my game should be.
I wonder what hedge funds are going to do. If this is true, this random guy just put all these prompts.
Right.
Why do you need traders anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I will also say that like, I feel like learning to use AI, Grok or ChatGPT, whatever you choose, like become savvy at it is like a must for everyone, especially for young people, I would say. But like, I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a huge advantage that a lot of people have, that a lot of people also aren't taking advantage of.
It's funny that how quickly it reiterates whatever you ask. So there's this company called Windsurf.
Yeah.
That Google just signed like a $2.4 billion licensing deal with for AI.
Right.
And my friends were talking about it. I had no idea what Windsurf was, right? So I just put in ChatGPT and they say windsurf is windsurfing. And I was like, no, the technology company.
Mm-hmm.
And it spit out everything, what they do and the deal they have with Google and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I know what it is. So to the point of you're less intelligent because I didn't have to do anything to figure it out.
Right. And I think that like the point is, it's the simple fact of having to do even minor research, like having to type it in, let's say even to Google, and then sort of connect the dots and then know what to search next. And then maybe read a paper about whatever. And then read it's like even that minor level of brain power turns out, I don't know, exercise, I guess, for your brain. Whereas instead, you just ask it the question and it just spits it out. And so I guess that's what's happening is people are.
And they synthesize it, right? So when Bitcoin came out and I found out about it like 2010-ish, everyone said, read the white paper. So I actually read it.
Right.
To actually understand what even the context of Bitcoin is. No one's doing that today.
Right. And then you had to synthesize it and then you had to form your opinion based on everything you read, as opposed to, here's the cleaned up version. Or you could just be like, hey, explain it to me like I'm 12. And
you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, man. I don't know what it means. It's too early to tell. It's the same way that like because of phones, nobody knows how to write cursive anymore. Like, yeah, but I don't know. Is that actually a problem? No, like it's kind of sad, I guess. But like, I don't know. Does it harm, humanity? No. So does it end up being something like that? Or are we just going to be little meat sacks with fucking our brain outsourced?
And if you think about how quickly it's evolving.
I know.
Like
we're still
this
so
option
early.
Trading thing wasn't possible a year ago that I just described.
Yeah. We're still so early.
And I don't even know what grade school is going to look like. Like when my daughter's 3, when she goes to high school, what's the point?
It's literally just social. Yeah. Because I feel like, I don't know, could you tell ask ChatGPT to make you a curriculum?
Oh yeah. All the teachers are doing it. It's like a known thing. The teachers are using ChatGPT to teach their class.
Right. And you could just do that at home, and then you could go a little deeper, and then you could ask it for homework, and then you could ask it for a study. I don't know. You could ask it for a quiz. Why go to
Easy.
school? You're just learning how to, it's just to learn how to communicate and not be a complete fucking weirdo.
Right. I 100%
But like,
agree.
Also, if you're in like a crappy public school area part of the country, like, I'm sure, number one, you're probably avoiding a lot of shit from the social aspect, a lot of trouble that your kid might get into, and you could probably give him or her a better education.
Yeah, that's my hope, that it uplifts the poorer communities, because now YouTube was already available, internet was available. Now everything is available. You could teach any kid anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, middle class, anything on this stuff.
It's just that, man, if you went back to like, I don't know, 1900 and you said all of the world's books and knowledge will be available on the internet, like let's say pre-AI, just internet, that person would be like, oh, okay, so everyone's going to be a genius. And it turns out we just like sharing memes and fucking
It's also true.
cat videos, Like, so I just wonder if there's just something in humans that just, like you can have access, but it doesn't mean that's what you're going to use it for, or that you're going to use it at all.
I mean, I said this a long time ago on the pod. This is pre-AI. You could just listen to podcasts and YouTube videos, and it's better than college.
Yeah. And that's pre-AI.
It's pre-AI. Now I'm saying it's better than high school or junior high.
I mean, it must be better than most colleges. I mean,
for sure.
I also feel like no matter what your political belief is, like there's this whole other aspect of school that I don't know, like if I was a parent today of like a high school age kid or whatever, that I would be like super, I mean, it depends, I guess, on the school and the whatever, but like, I don't know. Like there's an aspect of like sort of becoming a protester, or becoming having a cause, or like I don't know, like.
But you're saying it's solving emotional intelligence too.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Because that was the one thing about college that I learned, was just how to like be an adult and be social, meet people.
But I think it's just making you like see, like, this isn't a diss, but like making you a robot. I was making you almost have like autistic qualities without, like, it's like if you don't actually go interact with people, but you like ask a computer how to, like I can only imagine, like, look, socializing is a muscle too. Like after COVID, I felt how weak my like socializing muscle got for like a month or two, like just conversations felt a little weird, or big groups felt anxiety provoking, or whatever. Like, I think that you could risk like atrophying your actual, just like learning how to bob and weave.
Yeah, I think so. Like I was thinking about it on the Vegas trip I went on.
Yeah.
Everyone was around my age, so 40 plus.
Right.
And some I knew, some I didn't know. There's no awkwardness.
Right.
We just all hung out, chatted, got to know each other. Is that happening with 20-year-olds?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's all the statistics and everything are saying no one's driving, no one's drinking, no one's having sex, no one's dating, no one's fucking, I don't know, dude. Plus you can ask ChatGPT to like tee up the conversation, but when that person responds to you in person, what are you going to do? Go back to ChatGPT and ask it how to respond to what the person just said? Like, you still got to be able to adjust on the fly. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how about this? This is a good example. You know how, okay, so for the listener, I'm adding a little context here. In the Young and Reckless, like, heyday, we had everybody under the sun coming by the office. Athletes, actors, everyone under the sun.
Rappers.
And I would say consistently, not all of them, but way more than the others, the group that was the most weird and awkward and just super strange were the kids that were like vloggers or like talk to a computer screen all day. They were really weird in person, and they were so entertaining on camera or on YouTube or whatever, or on their, you know, they're talking to the screen, but they were weird in person. And I just feel, remember there was one in particular who we won't name that just like kind of his thing was dancing. And just in the office, he would just dance and like, but not like in an entertaining way, in like a nervous,
so weird.
Yeah. Like you'd be sitting having a normal conversation, and then he would just be like doing little like TikTok dances out of, it was like a nervous energy. And it was just strange.
Because I remember when Post Malone used to come by, super normal.
Yep. Very friendly, normal. I would say all the athletes were totally cool. It was always the like internet kids. And they were so entertaining on camera. And that's what I'm saying. I just think you can learn like a weird social skill. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm curious if you were to meet some of these streamers, if they're normal or are they only normal on camera? Like a Kai, Aiden Ross, Speed.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that I guess, like maybe because they're live and it's 24/7, like the way they act with strangers is kind of part of their performance, and it's very on the fly. And so maybe they're less weird. I don't know. But, you know, as opposed to like doing something for an edit. But who knows, man? These guys know how to perform.
Right. No, I mean, did you see the Giannis Speed video?
Mm-mm.
So I don't know where they were, but Giannis and Speed's live streaming. I'm assuming it was Europe. And Giannis was trying to understand who Speed is.
Right.
And like, why is he so famous?
Right.
And they walk out of the hotel and it's literally just chaos. And Giannis, who's like a NBA superstar, was like, wow, you're more famous than I am by a lot.
And it was chaos mainly for Speed.
All Speed.
Yeah.
And they're all barking, right? That's his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's wild. It's a wild thing that's happening. But I don't look long term. Who knows? I don't want to be, I by no means want to be like the negative, scared AI end of the world type thing. It's just, I think it's a huge shift that we won't really know for 10 years what is going on.
I think shorter.
Well, I think it'll disrupt in a huge way in shorter time. Yeah. But I think like I don't know. What happens if you're 8 today and in 10 years you're 18 and you had AI your whole life or your whole, childhood?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's happening faster than everyone realizes.
Yeah.
Because you have the biggest company in the world pumping billions and billions into this.
Yeah.
Like tens of billions. And they're giving out these packages to these kids, guaranteed $300 million compensation.
I know. It's crazy. It's also like the level of innovation. They're apparently OpenAI and them are working on a phone, and they're working on search, and they're working on. It's just even the speed of like
Grok is the most advanced already. That's what I saw over the weekend.
Right, I saw that too, but then it turned into like Hitler or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there still needs massaging on all this stuff, but they'll figure it out.
Right.
When you have Google, Apple, OpenAI, Microsoft, Amazon pouring tens of billions of dollars, it's also really bad for the startup environment, in my opinion.
Why? Because everything but AI is just forgotten.
That, and if you have top talent and they're willing to pay $300 million,
Right.
How do you hire top talent for a startup?
Right. You can't. Well, we will see what happens. How about this? I wish fucking AI could tell us what's on those goddamn Epstein files.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that this week? Was there an episode I missed? Did you guys talk about the Epstein thing?
No, we didn't record this week, so this is live.
I mean, I also feel like who knows what the reality is, but like I think pretty big ball drop by the Trump crew. Like to not at least have a better like at least acknowledge like, hey, I know we all thought that there was something here. Trust me, if I was you, I'd be pissed. But we looked through it. Here's what we found. Here's why we're not like to sort of just turn into the deep state on this one and say like, nope, sorry, nothing there. Move on. It's just really
especially
bad.
when you campaigned on it.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but Cash like said it on podcast, Dan Bongino, they all were like very on the people's side. And then to just do like, nope, nothing there. Why are you still asking? Is like, bro, at least just lie better.
Right.
Like really poorly handled when you know you're so tapped into that world of podcasters and, like, what people think about this. And now it just makes it 10 times worse of like, okay, so what is it now? Like, damn, even they won't release it. Now we have to figure out what happened.
Yeah. Now the podcast world has turned on this entire administration in regards to the Epstein files.
Big time in regards to this. Yes.
So like Tucker Carlson, who by all accounts was kind of crazy on the right for a while. And now I feel like he's the voice of reason on the right.
I know it's really funny because I don't really know the old Tucker Carlson. I just always thought of him as like a super right-wing dude. And now he has all of these like shows and podcasts and sound bites and things that are like pretty fucking common sense.
Yeah. So he was at some conference basically saying
Turning Point, I think it's a Charlie Kirk thing.
Okay. Got it. Who's also very right-wing.
Right.
And he goes on stage and says that Epstein must be a Mossad agent from the Israeli intelligence or the CIA, one of the two.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no other explanation. He's like, this guy was a school teacher and then all of a sudden is a billionaire with islands and planes and one of the biggest real estate properties in New York.
Right.
He's like, how does that happen? All fair questions.
I know that's the problem. The problem is it's not as easy. That's why Trump and them blew it so bad is it's not as easy as like, oh, there's no list. Like, it's not that, dude. It's like, what's the whole fucking thing? Like,
yeah. How did he get there?
Yeah. Why does he have an island? Why does he have a 747?
And I don't even think he went to college. I'm pretty sure Tucker said that too.
Oh, I forget. I knew at one point what the story was. I think he just went to like a lower level college. I don't remember. Yeah, it's a huge ball drop. It's a crazy ball drop. I think also I'm just being like, just speaking from like, if I was, look, I understand that I guess maybe it's so deep that there are some things you can't tell people. I don't know, even though I don't agree with it. I understand the problem, but like lie better, dude. Don't become.
Here's the problem, right? Because Trump was already president, so he knew everything before.
Yeah.
The president gets every briefing on everything in the world daily. So it's not like you just came in fresh and were like, oh shit. Like you already knew, which is why you campaigned on it.
Right.
And then why didn't you just release it? And what's the reason you're not? And if you knew before that it was so predatory to the intelligence agencies, don't campaign on it.
Right. I just think he's really good at like he knows who his base is and he'll tell them what they want to hear. It's just, I think they just blew it on like, this isn't the JFK files, you know, like the JFK files, there's interest in, people would love to know.
And it's really older people.
Yep.
Like a young person doesn't give a fuck about the JFK files.
Yep. But Epstein is totally different. It's a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, Tucker said they raped thousands of girls.
Right.
Underage, and we don't know anything.
Right. And like, why do you have a plane? And why do you have an island? And why is Prince Andrew there? Photographed.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Trump was photographed with both.
Well, I know. They
Maxwell
all have been.
Epstein.
Yeah, well.
Even Gates' wife was on some podcast saying.
She kind of like lit him up there a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, that's the reason I had to step away from our marriage because I didn't like his relationship with Epstein. That's enough to know.
Right. And she said like the moment I was around him, he was just pure evil and all this stuff. I mean, she kind of like, that was pretty. And then they tried to dig a little deeper and she said, well, you have to ask Bill that. But like, she kind of flamed him there a little bit.
Yeah, she did for sure. It's just something we're never going to actually know because the deep state has buttoned it up. We're not allowed to know. That
makes me even more curious. I hate to say it. It's like they probably could have had a really good story that would have like slowed down the curiosity at least. But like, damn, even me who's like, I would say mildly curious, not obsessed, but like it is pretty intriguing. Like now it's just like, okay, what is it that you all fucking campaigned on it and talked about it? And now that you're in office, you can't say it either?
Yeah, some reporter asked and he goes, why are you asking about that?
I saw
we have
that.
Texas.
Like, dude, you know why we're asking about it. You know, you used it to tap into because you knew how much people give a shit.
You know, Andrew Schultz, did you see any of his clips from his pod?
The tinfoil hat one. No.
Yeah, the tinfoil hat.
I got to listen to it.
And he was like, look, I voted for Trump because I think Trump was on his pod, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I voted for Trump. He said, no more wars. Then Ukraine, Russia, he's giving more weapons to.
Right.
Right. Then we bombed Iran. Then Epstein files were supposed to be released.
Right.
Not released. MLK, JFK. He's like, nothing he told us he did.
Right.
And he feels like an idiot that he voted for him.
That's what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, fuck. I mean, we'll see what happens. I also think that whole crew is really tuned in to like what's going on. Probably their strategy is to just move on and let other news take it over. But I don't know, man. I just think
people that actually got him voted in, the podcasters and kind of the alternative media.
Yeah.
So Rogan, a guy like Schultz, Tucker, they've all turned on Trump.
Yeah, but here's what I will say.
Not like they're, you know, not right wing or right anymore. They're just like, what did we get into?
Right. But I don't think one thing that I just want to say, at least from my perspective, is like, I still think that they all sound happier that he won over Kamala.
That's probably fair.
Like, I think that they're bummed and you didn't get all of your promises, or even a lot of them were broken. But like, as opposed to, for them, the alternative, I think, still was worse. That's sort of what I've heard.
I would believe that for sure.
Right.
But they all are very vocal about what the hell you told us and why aren't you doing any of it?
The thing that kills me, man, is like, you have such an easy, I mean, I guess it's not easy, but like the Epstein thing is pretty, like, actually like, okay. Look, don't take this the wrong way, but I'll say JFK and that stuff. Like, it's all kind of like superficial, right? Like, it's not trade negotiations and wars and like tax structure and things like that. Like, it's kind of like conspiracy theory gossip. Like, and it's just like, dude, you could have such an easy win like, how hard is it to get us out of Russia, Ukraine? Probably incredibly hard. How hard is it to like spin up a story about JFK and what happened? Like, pretty easy, all things considered. Or even Epstein, like, put together a better lie, and like you win this like public sentiment, and like, man, just why take L's on relatively stupid stuff?
Yeah, it's the reason why all these alternative podcasts and media question everything now.
Yeah. But I will say, what makes me really happy is that like another huge outspoken person against Trump right now is Candace Owens.
Yep.
And, Rogan has said some things. And the thing that I like is that those people are not like blindly married to a side or to an, like, they're keeping it real. And I really like that. Like, they said what they said about the Democrats. They're saying what they say about Trump. It seems to me like the hopeful part of this is there is a group of like journalists, new age journalists, that will keep it real no matter what, and aren't like, financially tied to a party, or like will just support a party blindly. It won't ever admit that maybe there's some flaws. That feels really positive.
Yeah, no, I think all the people that we could have been critical of because they went so pro-Trump,
right?
They are correcting themselves,
right,
on a lot of the things he's doing.
You have to admire. Like, I admire that.
Yeah, it's like being open to it.
Well, and yeah, even saying on your platform, I mean, how long has it been? 100. How long's Trump been president? 120 days?
Early January.
Right.
So.
Oh, Jesus. Right.
Almost 6 months.
So
6, 7 months. Yeah. 7 months, I guess. Yeah.
So that quickly to just say on your platform, like, hey, these things are fucked. This isn't what you told us. And we don't agree with this, is like, that's really good. I think that's how we're going to get to a more honest future,
The thing I'd said on the last few pods is the New York mayoral race. I'm very curious how that lands.
It's nuts. If this guy wins, and you're right in the sense that this is how I felt about Trump. Now, Trump was president, not mayor of New York. But if this guy wins, my mind is blown.
Yeah.
Like, things just are not what I think they are. Like, people don't feel the way I think they do. People aren't as, frankly, like, educated on the way these political plans and beliefs play out. I mean, they just fundamentally don't work.
Right.
It sounds good.
I'm against his policies.
Right. I know you are, but it sounds good. It gets you elected. But man, I'm curious. I can't wait to watch. When's the...
I think November.
Oof, that's going to be riveting. Okay. How about this? We don't give a shit about any of this because motherfucking Bitcoin is at 120.
Wild.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
I mean, you've just been an early Bitcoin advocate. I will tell the story again because I think about it almost daily when Bitcoin is on these runs. Is in probably 2012, Bitcoin cost, I have no idea, don't quote me, but probably $3,000 or something. And
maybe less.
Right. And I was getting checks from MTV at the time. I don't know, for whatever, little 5-figure checks here and there from MTV. And you said, you kept walking into my office and you said, just take one of those checks and just put it into just buy Bitcoin with it. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, whatever.
Can you Google Bitcoin 2012? I think it was under 1,000.
Right. It also could have been 2010.
Maybe whatever. It was either 1,000 or right below.
If it's less than 3,000, just don't tell me, because in my head the story is 3,000, and that's already hard enough.
Says in 2013 it was around $100.
No, what was the high? Jesus.
What about 2012?
Maybe it was later. Maybe it was 2014. I don't know, man. Stop.
It might have been a little later. Yeah. But it was low.
Okay. So the point is it was low. And look, let's get to the point. Excuse me. Here we are today. 100. I mean, I don't know. Right now, what is it? 119, 120?
It is like approaching 120 right now. I just looked.
So that's what I mean when I say, how do you feel? You got it. I mean, you were early on Drake. You were early on these different things. But I think like objectively, Bitcoin is your real victory lap.
So I texted you and Dee, and neither of you responded.
When?
Probably last week.
What'd you say?
Young and Reckless was doing very well.
Oh, yeah. Of course we didn't respond. Yeah. Because you're right. And fuck off.
Young and Reckless had a decent cash balance. And I told both of you, I was like, we should just throw it into Bitcoin.
Right.
Because the business was humming. We didn't need a lot of cash because we had terms and things were selling.
Yeah.
It'd be worth a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Fuck this story. What's next? Anyway, look, it's crazy. I will say, really crazy. And we've talked about this a lot on the pod, but just like, I don't know, the amount that it's been adopted, by these massive funds and, getting into like retirement sort of, I feel like probably you would have to imagine, right, that a lot of older people with their retirement accounts and stuff are probably asking their financial advisors if they have exposure to Bitcoin, right?
I'm pretty sure that no major bank can advise a client yet,
right,
through their bank to buy
true.
Bitcoin. So think about that.
That's very true. They have to ask.
No, they're not even allowed to tell them. They just say like, hey, we have no view on it.
I know, but you can say, I want some Bitcoin.
Yeah. And
that's what you have to do.
Go do it.
Yeah.
And so wait till that unlocks.
I did it, right? Like I have some money in through a wealth manager in it's actually a Bitcoin, one of the ETFs.
Yep.
And even that, even though it's not real Bitcoin, I had to like demand it. They did it.
Right.
But I had to ask about it. They said, we're not allowed to, I said, I know, but can you just do the thing? And then like I had to really force it. So that's what the experience is. Like you have to ask about it and then you have to demand, and then you're not going to get actual Bitcoin. You're going to get an ETF.
Yeah. A synthetic.
Yep.
So what's crazy about this whole Bitcoin run, after tariff day, it was at 78K. That was February. Think about that run up to July.
Yeah.
And you got to read the tea leaves. So here's my not financial advice again. When Bitcoin was in the 50K range, I said this on the pod. I was like, BlackRock's leaning in.
Right.
And this is so obvious. BlackRock's leaning in. They're basically the shadow government, $11 trillion, bigger than almost every economy in the world other than like US and China.
Right.
And last week I saw their inflows in Ethereum were higher than Bitcoin.
Really? Okay.
Not financial advice.
Right.
Tea leaves.
That's tea leaves. Yeah, it's just, that's also good because my biggest complaint was always that Bitcoin was really just, trending with the market and not really. But if I didn't realize the run up, obviously the market has grown a lot since, a decent amount since February too, but not like that.
Yeah. No,
that's different.
Ethereum is basically building the new internet. Bitcoin is gold. That's how you have to think about it.
Right. But
and there's layers on top of Ethereum that I don't want to get too technical, but they're layer 1. There's layer 2s that use Ethereum and Ethereum makes less money, but Ethereum is the underlying network that people are building on.
Right. It's just anytime, and maybe this is what's happening partly, but like anytime the we pass these big bills, or we have bond market issues, or there's no stronger case for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But it
And
just
then
bummed me
I
out that it wasn't really reacting that way. But maybe this is what's happening.
Yeah, I think over the weekend, or it was early last week, China had pretty strong restrictions on Bitcoin and crypto, and they just released all of it. So I don't know if that's the reason it spiked, that China's just like, oh, even though they were able to buy it, it was just kind of a black market thing.
Right.
Now it's like everyone can buy it. And here's another thing. So Emirates, the airline, started accepting Bitcoin as payment. And everyone kind of was like, oh, why would you sell your Bitcoin to buy a flight? The Dubai economy is a bunch of people from China, Russia, Ukraine, that got crypto to basically get all their money out. So now it's all in crypto, but they don't want to be in a bank because then they're going to be like highlighted. So how do you live your life?
Okay, that makes sense.
You can use crypto. It's like they don't have a view on Bitcoin, right? They have a view on, I have a lot of money and how do I use it to live a good life?
That makes perfect sense. That would have been my exact question, is like, well, who would do that? What's the point? Is it just for marketing? But that makes total sense.
Yeah, and it's Dubai. I know exactly what goes on there.
Right. Well, here's some good news for the fact that I didn't listen to you in 2012. Is, I've been exercising a lot lately.
Yep.
And there's a lot of studies. I mean, this is kind of the no shit news of the week, but I think the more we study this type of stuff, exercise has similar effects to antidepressants and therapy. The more intense, the greater antidepressant effects. So after this Bitcoin story, I'm going to go back to hot yoga and crank up the heat. But no, I think that I don't know. Once again, I think for anyone who, you run, Dee runs, you guys have always played sports. I'm pretty active. I think that it's kind of, like I said, the no shit thing, but it's good to see more studies coming out. And I've seen a lot of studies where, intense workout is beats antidepressants in comparison and stuff like that. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. What this makes me think of is, like I told you guys, I now watch a little bit more like mainstream TV than I used to, like golf and sports. And I watch the NBA finals and all that stuff. And it blows my mind how much of the commercials are for crazy health issues. And my whole point is, not only is that just fucked because, we're the only country that lets pharmaceutical companies advertise like that, but also I literally mute my TV during the commercials because I just think that there's something psychological to just sort of being programmed that everyone has diabetes and cancer and overweight and hyper this thing and that thing and whatever. And there's just not, I don't know, imagine if there was a commercial during the NBA finals that told you all about how exercise, is better than antidepressants and therapy, or is better. There's just a little bit of a programming thing there. I think that it just sucks how far behind we are in accepting how good just being physically active is.
There's no money in it, right?
Right.
Go out and run. You can do that for free.
Right.
That's the problem.
It is the problem. It's just so sad.
Go out for a walk. Get some sunlight. Rogan's the only one that talks about it.
I know. And Huberman and that stuff, but it's still niche compared to fucking all day, every day. Josh, can you Google for me, or ChatGPT, what percentage of the country is on antidepressants or SSRIs? Or
so, I mean, I'll give a personal story.
Yeah.
About exercise and antidepressant. So, my dad passed on it was 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we went to Dee's house, Amanda, Haley, and I, and my mom, just to kind of decompress and hurry, actually. I woke up at like 6 or 7. So I'm on like 3 hours of sleep at this point. Right. I went for a run just to clear my head.
Right.
I just knew you had to do it.
Yeah. And it worked.
It worked. Obviously, it was.
Obviously, it's still a tragedy,
heavy.
But I'm saying like you got the desired result.
It centered me.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, now I'm centered.
But like what a lot of people do is like, I don't know, get wasted or take their drugs or their medication or you know what I mean? And it's just like, that's such a common, and obviously we're talking about a really huge negative life event. People do that over way smaller things, you know? And it just, I don't know, man. As someone who's tried both avenues, like the unhealthy and the healthy route, it just is such a shame that more people haven't built the habit or aren't aware that like the running option really work. Like it does work.
Yeah.
But if you went
there's something calming.
Yeah. But it's literally like it's chemical. Yeah. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. 13% of Americans are on antidepressants.
Yeah, it's not as
But
much as I thought, but it's a lot.
13% of 400 million. Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look, hopefully, you know, the studies, the problem is the money. You're totally right. The problem is like, you can't do a commercial for running during the NBA finals. I don't know. Maybe the only hope is that some of these like lifestyle, you know, Nike obviously kind of has done some stuff like that, you know, maybe with the rise of Lululemon and Viore and all these people. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but it's just a shame. I feel like where I grew up, like it's not maybe more now, but it's just not, it was never like an accepted thing.
Well, I think everyone just wants the hack, right?
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, obviously in the LA bubble, like, you know, this whole wellness thing is such a thing. And I just feel like even still here, obviously plenty of people just want the hack, but at least it's like part of, I don't know, there's a whole lifestyle around it. There's a whole culture around it, but still in the majority of the country, it's not quite.
Yeah. The frustrating thing is because it's free to go out and walk and run and be in the sun.
Right.
It's free.
And to listen to the podcasts
cost
that tell you what to do, you know, like the information is free too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good news that I think more studies and more proof and more things like that will have downstream effects, you know? Okay. Last but not least, we talked about Bitcoin going to the moon. We've talked about the economy a lot on the pod. And frankly, if we want all of those things to happen, if we want the economy to keep pumping, if we want even, I believe it has no direct effect, but Bitcoin to also ride the wave, there's one guy we got to get out of the way.
Yeah, I've been saying this pre-Trump.
Slow, Jerome. You have been saying it. So
no, too late, too stupid.
Too late, too stupid. Way better. That's why he's president. Yeah, I mean, I will say, even it's a nonpartisan thing at this point.
Yeah,
I just don't see. I don't see the reason for Jerome Powell to be so late. He was late. What was that? 2021. When was that? 2020.
21 summer, 5.5% inflation, and he didn't cut rates or did not raise rates.
Right.
And we wouldn't be where we are today if it were for that.
Right. And so now it seems like, you know, rates are interest rates are pretty. Sorry, inflation is pretty low. And so anyway, the point here is Trump is just going in on Jerome. I mean, I think
so he was on Air Force One.
Yeah.
I saw the clip this morning. I don't know if it was this morning clip or if it was from yesterday or when.
Yeah.
He had a Gulf of America hat.
Amazing.
A red Gulf of America hat.
Yep.
And said his piece on interest rates and then said he's a moron. He's a big moron.
I mean,
the entertainment is
through the roof.
Through the roof.
Yeah. Look, I don't know that he deserves
It's like
to be.
when during COVID, I used to watch every press conference because I was like, this is better than Netflix.
Yeah. Now it's great. You get YouTube clips. I mean, I literally can't help. There are some days when I'm like, okay, stop fucking watching YouTube clips of Trump, on Air Force One calling Jerome Powell too late, too stupid. But I can't. So look, I think obviously, in my opinion, Jerome Powell deserves the criticism. Does he deserve to be called stupid and things? Maybe not the best choice of words, but what do you think happens here? Like, how does this work? Does Jerome have a term that's coming up?
Yeah, so he's can be replaced next year. So I think another 6-7 months. And there's been rumors on Twitter that he's going to resign just because of you don't want to take the bullying.
Yeah.
But I think either way, rates are coming down.
Right.
Because Trump's not putting someone in on his term because he wants. So rates are 4 to 5%, and he said they need to get to 1%, which is
Jerome Powell said that?
No, Trump.
Oh, he said. Oh, interest rates. Yeah, I keep
Trump
thinking inflation. I keep thinking inflation. Right.
Yeah, Trump wants interest rates to be at 1%.
Me too.
So what that means, me too. That for risk assets, for tech, crypto, through the moon.
I mean, look, once again, very big, not financial advice. But if you look at the market today, and you look at Bitcoin today, or crypto, specific crypto today, and then you just assume that at the very worst, in 6 months, rates are coming down. It's a pretty clear picture of just a ripping economy.
Yeah. And with the debt, his point, he just doesn't communicate it properly.
I know. It's a good point.
His point is with the debt that what we pay for treasuries reduces significantly.
Yeah. I do kind of think it's partisan, man.
Well, now it's probably just, he was appointed by Trump, by the way.
I know, but I don't think that's the common thing, but I just don't. The reason why to me that doesn't mean anything is because I don't think Trump knew what he was doing at the time. I don't think there's any loyalty there.
No, they're clearly not. He called him a moron.
Well, there's not anymore if there was. But you know what I'm saying? You can tell exactly, calling him a moron and saying all this stuff, you wouldn't do that if he was your guy. So I think he probably put someone in there who was recommended. And I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but it just does seem, to your point about not raising rates in 2021, that benefited Biden at the time in the short term because they were all able to say inflation was transitory.
Right.
And now, if he raises rates, let's say 1% or whatever, 75 bips or something significant, the market's going to rip.
You mean reduce rates?
That's what I meant. Sorry. Did I say raise?
Yeah.
Okay. If he reduces them is what I meant. It's going to rip. The market's going to fucking rip. And if you're if you don't really want that to happen, I don't know.
You could see all the data on the housing demand. It's fallen off a cliff. No one can afford a mortgage.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
It's like 8-9% if you're an average person.
Even
it
me.
It used to be 2.
This is a very bubbly conversation, but even me, my lease expired 9 months ago, and I just haven't gotten a new one. I just bought out the price of the car because it's so stupid. I could get the same exact car and the price is so much higher. And so I'm only using that bubbly example to say that's everyone with a house, with a loan, with a lease, with anything.
Yeah. From what I've heard from real estate people, at least in LA, so I don't know what it is like in other cities, there's no inventory because no one can buy anything.
Right. And what are you doing? For instance, if you're a developer, you've probably paused on
construction loans.
Right.
Think about that.
Right. The ripple effect just must be massive. So it's just, man, I don't know, but I could just see. But okay, so look, here's the point though, for the for what the upside is, I would say regardless, worst case scenario, 6 months.
Yeah, rates are coming down.
He's putting someone in there that's going to just lower those things, and it is just going to rip, man. Because it already...
And Trump's a real estate guy. He knows it's impossible right now.
He knows. Imagine the conversations he's having. Like just about from his homies that are like, dude, come on. Like we can't do it. We're just stalled.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. In my opinion, the market is already hotter than it should be. I still think the tariff issue is an unanswered issue, but the market doesn't give a shit. And yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it might be a really good next 12 months.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if I should share this, but I will.
Yeah, like that.
In Vegas, I had some friends with some people from China that went to the club. I didn't go. And their table sign was what tariffs?
Oh my God. The people from China?
Yeah.
See, that's what the market, that's literally the market in the form of a person. That's what the market is doing.
Obviously, they're of means, so they can just mock it.
Yeah, the market is buying bottles with a sign that says what tariffs. That's what's happening. Oh, that's great. Love that. Okay, well, that's our rundown. We got some shout outs. Shout out from Rich. Shout out to Gilly and Hannah on their marriage and new chapter in their lives. The wedding was stunning. A party and family reunion all at the same time. You could feel the love everywhere in all the settings. It was the best power couple wedding, Venice adjacent. We love you and always got your back. Shout out
to Gilly.
To Gilly and Hannah. Did you guys go? Where was their wedding?
They're like in Europe or something.
Oh, shit.
I saw they were at Wimbledon. They're living their life.
Rich. That's why the shout out's from Rich.
Yeah.
Okay, from Sarah. Shout out to my incredible boyfriend, Carrie, who started a new job a couple of months ago with SpaceX. He works long hours and has already made such a positive impact through the Starlink division. Hashtag boy boss. That's going to be the new hashtag. Now that girl boss, everyone's a girl boss. We're going to have to get some boy boss love. Every day I feel so lucky to be your girlfriend, and I can't wait to spend years with you here in LA. I love you so much, Carrie. You make my world go round. What a sweet.
Sarah, you better marry him. He's going to be rich.
Oh, yeah, boyfriend. Marry Carrie. Jesus. If I'm not mistaken, I think Carrie DM'd me because, okay, I could be wrong here. And if not, then I'm going to ask you the same question, Carrie. But I asked, we had a shout out about SpaceX like 3 months ago. And I asked if we or I, whatever, could get a tour. And then the guy DM'd me and said, yeah, I just I forgot to respond. So Can
we get a tour?
I know, I want to go. Yeah, they said, yeah. So either Carrie or the other guy.
While we're recording, Bitcoin 121K.
Jesus. It's just like, do I sell some and like.
Don't sell.
Get a new car lease? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I feel like we're going to ride to like 90 and then back up again. You know what I mean? I feel like we get these like.
It'll happen. You just have to.
No, but you celebrate with like a gift to yourself, you know? You don't.
I don't.
You know, you just buy like a nice little thing and then you say like, oh, this is what I did. I'm not close to all of it, but just, you know, I did this when it hit 121. Top ticked it.
That's what people said at 10K.
Yeah. That's what I said at $100 apparently. Okay. Last shout out from Darian. Shout out to my fiance, Andrew. We both listen to the pod separately. So I hope this catches you while you're working from home. I believe.
From home.
Right. I cannot wait to marry you on August 9th. Thanks for being my best friend and the best future life partner. I will be so proud to call you my husband so soon. I love you endlessly. Love, Darian. That's amazing.
Nice.
Shout out to all these shout outs, man. I really love the couples. It blows my mind that couples listen to the pod.
Yes, separately, clearly.
I know. I will say too, I was golfing at a nice country club on, I guess yesterday. And one of the employees came up to me and said, we need more pods. We want 3 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So no, the answer is no, because I'm trying to golf, I have no time to golf. But I love the couple aspect.
I got stopped at the Nas show.
Really?
This is the funny part. I'm talking to our friend Ryan, and he didn't even see me. He recognized the voice.
That happened to me. That happened to me in the elevator once.
And then he tapped me. He's like, "You're from group chat, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's sick. Well, shout out to all the Kathys, man. I just got to let you guys know that when you send your shout outs, when you come up to us, let us know you listened, send us messages, feedback. We fucking love it.
And
Really
we love
cool.
it. And the cool thing is when random people come up to me or you or Dee, everyone's so nice.
Right. I'm telling you, there's almost something to the fact that we almost keep the podcast small on purpose.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of we're really careful with what we post on TikTok. We don't really promote it a lot. It just only attracts like-minded people,
Yeah, no, it was cool. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, shout out to all the Kathys. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday.
Peace.
Peace.